1, 2, 3, 4, 4 windows.
Okay. Okay, so it's a little bit bigger and there's more windows, so you get more airflow.
Yeah,
Yeah, hopefully that helps.
depend on the windows, the direction.
Yeah. Um, do you have fans? Fans generally help a lot.
Fan, electric fan.
Yeah, like a
Yeah,
fan.
I have, but it's still storing room.
It's
I
stored in storage? Why?
so I use handy fan.
Oh no. That sounds terrible. Real fans are so nice. Like electric fans, man, they make it so much better to deal with the heat. Yeah,
Yeah.
how is your storage far away?
I put a lot of things. So if I want to pull out the electronic fan, I need to move a lot of things. So it's bothersome.
Okay. You don't think it's worth it though? Having like a good fan?
Yeah. Recently, I found that the electric fan came from England. There are no fan, only the like hole. Do you know that?
W- it came from England. I'm not sure
And
what you mean.
I forgot that maker. It's very famous for vacuum cleaner. Uh,
Oh,
no fan, only like circle.
I'm not sure if I understand.
Yeah, it's very new one. So
Okay,
quiet.
nice.
I
So
don't
it's a
know
good
what,
fan?
how that and that electric not fan. I need to make wind. I don't know the system.
Okay, so it makes wind in a strange sort of way?
Yeah,
Okay. Hmm, cool. Sounds, yeah, it sounds sweet. Um, yeah. And I guess do you have any plans for the day that you're gonna do?
yeah. Today, Terminator and Mission Impossible will be released.
Yeah.
So I wanted to go there, and I invited my husband. My husband said maybe next week.
Oh, all right. So do you think you're gonna go alone or do you think you're gonna wait till next week?
Yeah, next week I already made a member card, so I need to reserve the seat through internet.
Nice. What's the Terminator about? This Terminator about, I mean, obviously.
Schwarzenegger, he is already about 70 years old, but he is still playing.
Is he really? Oh man, that's ridiculous. Wow. So Schwarzenegger's still the Terminator.
Yeah.
That's absurd. He'll be like an old crippled Terminator with like a cane. Do you know what the plot is? Like what's supposed to happen?
The story is very similar to former three series, three or four, I'm not sure. Mm. Came from the future to help the people and to fight the other robot came from
Okay.
future as well, bad robot, right?
Yeah. So the robot's gonna help fight the bad robots. Um,
Mhm.
all right. And is it still with John Connor? Or John Connor's the main character, right? John Connor.
Yeah, yeah, before, but I'm not sure.
Did he die in the last one?
I think so. So different, maybe different story.
Okay. Nice. And what about Mission Impossible? Is it the kind of same Mission
Yeah,
Impossible? I think they were all pretty much the same, right?
I like
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, they're wicked interesting. I
On
always
TV,
rem Huh?
uh, I I saw the advertisement of Mission Impossible. It said it's last mission.
The last mission. That's what they all say, right? Um, okay. What's the that scene where he's like hanging from a rope from the ceiling and he's like above the glass floor? I always remember that scene from the first
Yeah,
movie as like
I
a
remember.
good scene.
I forgot the name and Dubai, the high tallest building, right? Don't you know? Tallest building, the seven-star hotel in
Okay.
Dubai.
In
Uh,
Dubai.
he climbed up out the window. They couldn't use elevator.
Hmm. I don't remember that.
Very
Was that?
scary. Very
Huh?
scary.
Yeah. Yeah. It would be really scary. And welcome to class, Camila. Camila, how's it going? Camila, can you hear me? Hello, your microphone doesn't work. All right, so you'll just be listening, I suppose. I'm not sure if your microphone doesn't work just this time or if it doesn't work ever. So if it doesn't work this time, try leaving class and coming back, and that generally helps. But if it's just an always thing, yeah, feel free to listen. Um, okay. And yeah, I guess so if you're not going to go see any movies today, even though they come out today, Heidi, what are you going to do?
Just now, my husband is leaving my house, so I will be alone here.
Okay. Okay. Do you think you're going to go to the mall, maybe get some cool air, get some coffee?
Yeah. But the mall is very crowded. Now, students have vacation,
Okay.
so their parents hate staying at
Get out of the
home.
house.
Yes, so there are many children in the mall.
Okay. All right. So I guess it's a little bit more crowded. All right. And well, hopefully find something to do that's fun. We can get started with today's class. It looks like it'll just be you and me, Heidi. Um, hmm. Well, I guess Heidi, is there another class that you're interested in taking? Is this one okay, or do you want something else if you're the only one here?
It's okay.
Okay. Um, yeah, I guess can you read through the class?
Mm-hmm. Read honesty.
Yeah.
In today's class, we will talk about honesty and dishonesty. Read about lying, practice conjugating verbs, and read some Calvin and Hobbes.
Hobbs, yeah. Good. And yeah, what do you think about the difference between lying and dishonesty?
Um, Dishonesty is lying even yourself.
Okay. Dishonesty is lying even to yourself?
Yes,
Okay.
lying is two way of lying for yourself or for other people.
Lying is lying to yourself or to other people?
Yes.
Okay. All right. What a
For example, we say, "Don't worry about that." About that, it's quite right. People is very sad, so in that case, we say, "Don't worry about that." But even the person is worrying about that.
okay. But the person will still worry about it.
Yeah, encouraging.
Yeah,
Mm.
so it's in
But
um
bad lie or dishonesty is lying lying something to get benefit from that.
okay. It's interesting. We can define dishonesty in two ways. So it's like kind of whatever you say here is correct. Um
Dishonesty is one way, I think.
sorry?
Lying with two ways, but lying has two ways, but dishonesty is only one.
Okay. Dishonesty is one way. Yeah. It can be like less it can be better than lying in that like it can be not telling the truth. So it can be a little bit less pernicious if that
Yeah.
word makes sense, than lying. But it can also be like dishonesty can be like a personality trait.
Mm-hmm.
So, like a dishonest person is someone who always lies.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but dishonesty can just be like, yeah, he was a little bit dishonest, but he wasn't really lying. So it can be, yeah, you can say he was a little dishonest, but he wasn't really lying.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, you can play with those words. It can be worse or it can be better.
Mm-hmm.
I think kind of like you said. But yeah. Um, and do you think it's okay to give the partial truth?
Mm-hmm. Is it ever all right to give only a
Partial truth. Yeah.
partial truth? Um, Only a partial truth? No, I don't think so. Um, Fraud always mix the truth, so people
Who?
believe that
Frauds.
fraud, frauds, yeah, frauds always mix the truth and lie, so people believe them.
Uh-huh. Okay. Frauds always mix the truth and lies so people believe them. Um, what about if it's like a partial truth? And like part of the truth could be like harmful to somebody, or they don't really need to know it. So you can like tell them a partial truth, like I don't know. So you don't think it's ever okay to give a partial truth?
Depend on the situation.
Yeah, I think it definitely depends on the situation.
Yeah.
When would it be okay to give a partial truth?
So I mentioned before, when we encourage someone, we need to say something, but not all true.
Yeah, even if it's not all true. Like, yeah, if your son played a really bad game of sports or something, you can be like, you did a really good job in this small part of the game. Instead of saying, you did a really terrible job. You're a very bad player. You can give them like a partial truth instead of the whole truth. Um,
Yes.
yeah, yeah, I think that's good. You don't you don't want to tell your child that he's a really terrible athlete or something. Um, yeah. What are some like professions that are accused of like lying, giving misleading or half truths?
Mm. How to politician,
Politicians for sure.
politician and journalist, even journalist.
Really, journalists. Okay.
Because the newspapers, they have opinion.
Uh-huh.
Depend on the newspapers. The truth is the only one. Some happening was only one. Why depend on the newspapers? That their what's say article is much different. I wonder.
Okay, so there's like always a difference between, excuse me, between different articles and stuff. Um,
Yeah.
yeah. And definitely, so the newspapers themselves have opinions. Um, yeah. Okay, so journalists kind of like write to whatever opinion they want. I think that's good. Um, do you have any like particularly dishonest politicians in Japan?
Dishonest politicians. Yeah, there are a lot of some politicians that first they are very poor. They grew up in a poor family. Why they constructed a big house like palace, and they accumulate a lot of money.
Okay, maybe like how did they construct a big house and
Yeah,
accumulate a lot of money?
if they were given only their not salary, what's the wage, they
Yeah.
can. It's impossible to construct the many houses or.
if they were paid only their wage,
Uh,
it would have been impossible to construct.
yeah.
Yeah.
And I've never seen some politician at first they are rich, but finally they are poor. Have you ever?
No. Start rich and poor. No, I haven't seen that ever. I think that's that's hilarious. Um, yeah, maybe Kamita, if you want to write in the chat box too, about any politicians where you live who, if you knew any of them who started rich and ended up poor, or any of them who are especially corrupt, that'd be interesting to read about. Heidi, can you read through the words?
Vocabulary. Duplicity, duplicity, deceitfulness, integrity, virtuous, sincere, ethics, frankness, self-esteem, perceive,
Good. Okay,
perceive,
that's perceive.
perceive,
Huh? And let's look at integrity.
integrity,
Good. Sincere.
sincere,
Good. And perceive.
perceive.
Good. Perceive. Well done. And do you have any questions about any of these words?
Ethics is the manner.
Your ethics are kind of like your morals. Um, so yeah, like the ethics that you have are like your system of morals or your moral principles.
Very similar to virtuous.
Not quite. So virtuous is like describing a person, and ethics are things. So she was a virtuous person who always followed her ethics. Or who maybe had a strict code of ethics,
Mm-hmm.
kind of. So like similar in a certain way, but they're different. They're different parts of speech. Um, yeah. Does
Okay.
that make sense?
Yeah.
Um, it's like, yeah, it's just like your code of principles, and this is like good. I mean, virtuous, you couldn't almost have a synonym as good. She was a good person who had a strict code of ethics. Any other questions?
It's okay.
Okay. Can you make a sentence in the present perfect progressive with maybe sincere
Present perfect progressive
or continuous?
continuous. Okay. What? Sincere. I've been. I've always been sincere. I've always been being sincere. Okay. I'm always um being treating you, but sincerely.
Uh, always, I've always been treating you sincerely. I would remove always. I've been treating you sincerely since we met. It just always kind of makes it sound a little bit cumbersome.
He already have been making a sincere effort.
Yeah.
to succeed. Okay, he has or he has been
mhm.
um, he has been making a sincere effort to succeed.
I think that sounds better. Always too, always makes it a little bit cumbersome. It doesn't sound as good. Um, yeah, but he's been making a sincere effort to succeed is good. Really nice. Okay, let's try. Well, let's try going to the next page. Um, yeah, can you try going through these, Heidi?
Ever since he was a child, even to have poor, he thinks he worse than he is. Ah, okay. Ever since he was a child, even has been
The verb is
poor,
to have.
has been has been. Ever
Mm-mm.
since he was
The
a
verb is to
child,
have.
have have had has
Uh-huh.
had poor estimate, self-esteem.
Good. Can you repeat self-esteem?
Mm-hmm. Self-esteem,
Self-esteem.
self-esteem, self-esteem,
Yeah, self-esteem.
self-esteem.
Yeah, good. Okay, what about the next one?
Mm-hmm. You are brother to impress me throughout the trial. I think you are honest person, no honest, uh, sincere person.
Yeah, sincere works. I think you're, what's another one that might work?
No, not sincere.
Sincere could work. We use sincere in a different sentence, and I think there's a better answer here.
Your integrity,
Uh-huh.
your integrity impressed me throughout the trial. I think you are um, virtuous,
Mm-hmm.
virtuous person.
Virtuous. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
In any trial, the murderer to be you are to figure out when she's lying. In any trial, the murderer, uh, any trial, so is
This is the first conditional.
first conditional.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, huh? The murderer. You have to figure out. Will be,
Yeah.
but
So it's
it's
like
regularly.
if there is a trial,
The murder.
the
It's
murderer.
murderers. Maybe so common sense or normally. But the murderer is only one, or
It's a hypothetical murderer, so it's any murderer. The murderer will be. So
will
because
be
it's the first conditional, it's like if there's a trial or when there's a trial, the murderer will be blank.
mhm, deceitful.
Yeah.
You have to figure out when she's lying.
Hmm.
Julia is very something. Even when she too struggle to be sarcastic. She is very sincere. When she is joking.
Good.
She is struggling to be sarcastic.
I think it's more because when she's joking,
Mm.
she habitual action. It's like
Uh,
habitually when she's joking.
she is joking. Uh, when she is joking, she struggles.
Hmm. Yeah.
If someone had no ethics or moral code, to be much easier. If someone has no, they will be found.
Close.
Cause they, moral cause they, to be much
You're
easier.
right about the future. You're using like a passive voice in the future. They will be found. Um,
They will be found. No.
we wouldn't add the verb to be.
They found. They will find.
Yeah, they will find.
They will find. To be much easier. Find line.
Uh-huh. Good. Makes sense? So it's another first conditional.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. Let's go on to the next page. Heidi, can you read the first paragraph?
Lying. If you believe someone is lying, change subject conversation quickly. A liar follows along willingly and becomes more relaxed. The guilty liar wants the subject changed. An innocent person may be confused by the sudden change in topics and will want to get back to the previous subject.
Nice. Because there was an innocent person may be confused by the sudden change. Good. I think that sounded great. Do you think that's true?
Yeah.
Okay. Um, good. And can you read the next paragraph? Maybe the next two?
A liar may leave out pronouns and speak in a monotonous tone. When a truthful statement is made, the pronoun is emphasized as much or more than the rest of the words in a statement.
Okay, let's look at monotonous.
Monotonous. Monotonous.
Monotonous.
Mono.
Not.
Monotonous.
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 Yeah. This T is kind of one of those ones that's swallowed-ish.
Monotonous.
Monotonous. Truthful?
What does it mean, leave out?
Uh, so leave out is when you don't use them.
Mm-hmm.
So you don't like say I or you. You'd say like Joshua ran into the house and
Mm-hmm.
broke the vase. Instead of like he ran into the house and broke the vase. No, he ran into the house and broke the vase. No, Joshua did it. Um,
Mm-hmm.
or you could say, you wouldn't say it. You, yeah, you leave out pronouns, I guess.
Mm-hmm. Really?
I don't know. I guess so. Monotonous. Do you know what monotonous means?
Mm. Monotonous is what's it? Boring or like
Monotonous.
white and black.
Yeah, it's like if you don't raise your voice at all, you kind of
Mm.
speak in the same tone. You don't really
Yeah.
change your voice. It's pretty boring.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, same tone. It's like mono is one and tone is tone. So one tone.
For example,
Uh,
this morning it was very hot. But, someone said that this morning it was very hot.
yeah, this morning it was very hot. It is like monotonous, yeah. Um, yeah, so they don't raise or lower their voices as much.
Mhm.
Yeah. And can you repeat truthful?
Um, truthful, tru-
Truthful.
truthful,
Good.
truthful.
About the next one.
Mhm. The guilty person may speak more than natural, adding unnecessary details to convince you they are not comfortable with this
Good.
silence or pauses in the conversation.
Okay. Yeah. What do you think about this one? Do you think that's true?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Maybe the liar want to explain something more and more
Uh-huh.
until
Yeah.
others believe it.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. So they think they need to fill up space with words and try to convince people. Good. And what about the next one?
Liars sometimes avoid lying by not making direct statements. They imply answers instead of denying something direct,
Directly.
directly.
Mm-hmm. What about that one?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I think that one's true too. What about the next one?
A statement with a contraction is more likely to be truthful. I didn't do it instead of I did not do it.
Yeah, I think that's probably true too. Um, and the last one.
A liar will use your words to answer a question. When asked, did you eat the last cookie? The liar answers, no, I didn't. I did not eat the last cookie.
Good. Okay. And I guess which one of these do you think is the best?
Mm-hmm. Maybe the second.
Okay, it's the best one?
Yeah, but I think the last one, it's true. Um, Liars ask some question always. For example, I ask liar this one. Did you eat the last cookie? Maybe liar asked me, did you eat the last cookie? Always ask something. The,
Yeah, so if you say,
with,
"Did you eat the last cookie?" They'll be like, "Did I eat the last cookie?"
yeah, instead of answering,
Yeah.
they could have the question the same thing.
Yeah. Like, what do you mean I ate the last cookie? You think I ate the last cookie? Yeah. No, I think you're probably right there. Okay, good. And do you have any questions here?
No question. Oh,
Mm,
she left.
yeah, just us two. Um, and how else do you think you can tell if somebody's being honest with you?
Okay, someone being honest with you. How can tell? How can tell? It means how can I understand?
How can you like, how do you know that somebody's being honest or dishonest with you? Are there any other ways?
I can't believe the person for the first or second time to meet. Um, so always I check their action or activity. Gradually, I believe the person.
Okay. Okay. What are some signs that like that you think show you that somebody's lying to you?
Mm, Maybe before I was a bit betrayed many times. I was the person who believed easily anyone else. But I
Maybe.
accumulated a lot of experiences. Nowadays, I can't believe any people, any person, any people immediately.
hmm Maybe I don't. I don't believe anyone immediately.
I don't believe. I don't believe.
Okay.
If I think the person is honest, I will believe him or she, him or her,
hmm
60 to 70%.
Of the time.
Yeah, 40 to 30% is a kind of cushion.
Wow. So definitely you're cynical. 30% is a cushion. Okay. All right. And I guess what about the next one? Do you think it's possible to be too honest? Why not?
Actually, I don't like a person who is too honest to me,
People who are
who are too honest to me.
with me.
I will be suffocate with.
So I don't just because somebody's honest with you, I'm still confused by this because I think that's what you said the last time too. People who are too honest suffocate, but like they don't have to be always around you. They don't have to be like pestering you, right? I
Mm,
don't know.
I always think people should think about themselves at first, and next other people whom you love. So I think too honest is the person is thinking about me at first. I
Okay,
don't want
so
I don't want to be sacrificed. I don't want to be treated in that way.
okay. So you don't think it's possible to be honest with like just honest in general, like honest in your actions.
Honesty is very important.
Okay. Okay. Honesty is very important.
Very important.
Okay. So I guess
But I don't require the people to be 100% honest. To be 100% honest.
mhm,
60 or 70% is enough.
70 or 80% is enough.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I think that's reasonable. Yeah. Is there somebody that you expect to always be honest with you? Is there anyone you expect to always be honest with you?
Maybe so far my husband is honest to me, and
Okay.
even my sister, she trusts me. She's living with her husband family in his house. So sometimes she and her mother-in-law's relationship was very bad. She
Okay.
always complained about me about that to me through Facebook.
Okay. Hopefully through messaging and not through wall
Yeah.
posts.
So I said, you can't kill her. So what you can do is only ignore her.
Okay, yeah, pretty reasonable. Um, oh man. Yeah, that's funny. Okay. Do you think I was reading Shogun. Have you ever heard of Shogun?
Uh, no, Shogun,
Yeah,
Japanese,
Shogun.
a Japanese
Yeah.
samurai warrior, the leader.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Yeah. It's a novel. I'm not sure
Yeah,
who wrote it. I think
I
it's in
watched the
English.
movie.
Really?
Yeah, I watched the movie.
Okay. I read it a while ago, and there seemed to be like a lot of conflict between young married women and their mothers-in-law, their mother-in-laws. Is that like a common thing in Japan where like there's like
Yeah,
this really intense tension?
about the movie, it's made in Hollywood. Uh,
Yeah.
Many Japanese people watch that movie. They complained about that. It's much different from Japan.
It was much different than Japan. Yeah, it was I don't know. I don't know if the novel's any different than the movie or if it's the same kind of junk. But
Last Samurai is more, no, Last Samurai is closer to Japanese culture. The,
okay.
mm,
Okay. Interesting. Yeah, I'm not sure if the movie or the book are different movie. Okay, yeah, but and what problems do you think you encounter when you're not truthful?
mm, mm, I'm not truthful. Uh, Problem. If I say something lie to my friend, next time I need to remember that what I said. Next time I need to lie again.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
memory is very important.
Yeah, memory is very important. Definitely. Yeah. Have you ever, I mean, obviously don't talk about anything that you don't want to talk about. Have you ever been caught in a serious lie?
Yeah. For example, I was invited by my friend to go to her house. Her house is the countryside. It takes long.
In
Then
the
I
countryside.
wondered what fun in her house. So I refused. Oh, my mother is in the hospital, so I can't go there. If I go to your house, um, my going to a hospital is a priority for me.
Okay. And so she found out that your mother wasn't in the hospital?
Yeah, next time she asked me, how is your mother now?
How is your mother? What did you say?
Oh, thank you. She is very good now. But actually, I didn't have mother anymore.
Really?
Yeah,
What?
my mother died when she was very young.
Okay. When she was yeah. So did so what happened then? So I guess you said your mother was in the hospital to your friend. Then you
Mm.
said she's fine now. Did your friend find out that your mother had died before or that, you know, I don't know. How did she find out or did she find out?
No, oh, I don't think so. She's not so close to me.
Okay. Close to me. Okay, so you didn't get caught, I guess.
Yeah,
Um,
before I was studying Italian in Japanese culture school,
uh-huh.
she's one of classmates.
Okay. Okay, good. Nice. And how's your Italian? And Spanish? How's your Spanish?
Now it's confusing.
Yeah,
Um,
I
when
imagine.
I remember some sentences in Italian, I always mix Spanish.
Mm-hmm. Pero hablas bien español? ¿Hablas bien?
Not so much.
No. Okay. Um, Good. Let's go on. We could try that role play. Probably not going to do Calvin Hobbes. Yeah, so we've got a role play. Do you want to try a role play?
You just broke your parents' favorite wedding gift, an ancient piece of pottery. Lie and tell your mom that it was your sister, brother. You just watched your child break a very expensive wedding present. You are mad and you want to see if he or she lies about breaking the pottery. Try to catch him or her in a lie.
Okay. And do you have a preference for which role you want?
Yeah, kid.
Okay. And Heidi, hi. This is a mess. What happened here?
I don't know when I came to the room. It's already broken.
It.
It was already broken.
Mhm. Okay, yeah. Well, so you weren't playing with any balls in the house like you shouldn't have been, to break it. You weren't. It didn't have anything to do with you.
When I came here, my brother Tom was playing with his toy. So, but I'm not sure if he broke the pottery.
Huh. Yeah, Heidi, that's interesting. So your brother Tom was in here. Yeah, where's Tom now? Did you see him go anywhere? Where'd he go?
I said, oh, I need to clean this place. It's very dangerous. Then Tom is very uh, too young. I was afraid of him getting injured. So I said him to go to his room.
I I didn't say him.
I I told him to go
Yeah,
to his room.
yeah. You know the generally if we have the object told him
Yeah.
or I
Mhm.
said. Um, yeah, that's a really interesting story, Heidi. Because I could have sworn I saw somebody with long hair playing with the ball in the living room right before I heard a loud crash. Your brother doesn't have long hair, does he?
I don't know. As I mentioned before, I was outside.
Hmm, outside. Okay. So, yeah. When did you come in about?
I was watering the flowers. Then
Flowers. Yeah.
I heard the sound. I was
Mm,
curious about that, so I came here.
yeah. I saw you watering the flowers this morning, but it's been quite a long time since I've seen you watering the flowers, and I was just in the kitchen. Um, Heidi, I think you're lying to me. Are you lying, Heidi?
No, it's true.
Hmm. So you think your brother broke the pottery?
Yeah, I think so. You should ask him
Okay. Why
about
don't you
that.
go get him? We can go ask him together. Let's go ask him together. Are you okay with that?
Yes. Yeah, okay,
Okay.
no problem.
What do you think he's gonna say?
I don't know. Uh, depend on
Okay.
him.
Yeah. Depends on him. I wonder. Do you think he'll be nervous to see us if he did break it? Do you think he'll be nervous to see us?
Okay, I'll ask him if he tried the
Okay.
the bait.
You go ask him and come right back. Okay. Nice. That works. Nice job. You're very, very good, deceitful little child. Um, all right. I think that's good. And I don't know. Do you have any questions here?
No question.
Okay. I suppose it's probably best not to do any Calvin and Hobbes. unless you're especially excited about it. We can try. I mean, we could try different role play. We could like you could tell a story about somebody being dishonest. We could try practicing sentences with these verbs or with the with the words using different verb tenses. Is there anything? Is there anything you especially want to do with the last like 9 minutes, 8 minutes?
It's okay. The comic.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, recently I attended a reading class of Spanish.
Okay.
It's written all capital.
Oh no,
It
that
was
would be
very,
difficult. I imagine. Okay. Um, and yeah, can you read the comic?
this is what I like about photography.
Okay.
People think cameras always tell the truth. They think the camera is a dispassionate machine that records only facts, but really cameras lie all the time. Select the fact and you manipulate the truth. For example, I've cleaned off this corner of my bed. Take a picture of me here, but crop out all the mess around me so it looks like I keep my room tidy. Is this even legal? Wait, let me comb. What?
Comb.
Comb? What? Let me comb my hair and put on a tie.
Good. Um, does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. Do you know what combing your hair is?
The animal Hove, he want to take his picture, so he want to make himself tidy, only hair and putting tie.
Yeah. Yeah. So he's gonna comb his hair, put on a tie, just to make himself look better, um,
Yeah,
for
yeah.
the picture.
Mm.
Yeah. And maybe one more time, photography.
Photography,
Mm-hmm. Um, and then dispassionate.
dispassionate.
Nice. Um, yeah, everything else you did are really well done. What do you think about that? This idea that like people see cameras as dispassionate machines that record only the facts. Do you think that's true?
I visited a lot of place, like sightseeing place. There are many people taking picture. Sometimes I see that taking picture too much, too many.
Mm-hmm.
Then I wondered if he could enjoy the looking at the scenery by
Yeah.
your eyes, only through the camera.
Yeah, so like looking at it only through the camera kind of changes it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. What about like the idea of putting things into a frame? Like this idea of leaving things out and putting things in, do you think that's like an act of creating truth?
Um,
An act of creating truth.
no, um, before somehow camera um, show us the truth, but nowadays there's a photo photocopy photo what I forgot.
Photoshop.
Photoshop, yes.
Hmm.
They remove all bad things from your head, face, or your shape.
Yeah. Yeah, so there's this idea that you can kind of create a different image.
Mm-hmm.
Um, But yeah, I think like, hmm, do so people don't see photography as like honest anymore? You don't think?
I think so.
You
Um,
think they do see it as honest, or they don't see it as honest?
it's not honest.
Hmm.
Maybe I mentioned before. I have a friend. He's a photographer, quite famous. He took a pictures for fashion magazine. Then he said when the model's bus is a little lower place, they can use the packaging tape, the rise up the bus in the right position, or
Oh
uh,
man.
it's old story, but still they could do that.
Yeah. What about like news? When people take pictures for the news of big events.
Yeah, for example, before it was very famous, ISIS took
Hmm.
video on the YouTube. Then if you uh, Jordan government, uh, he asked the Jordan government to release a woman, a terrorist woman, but the
Hmm.
Jordan government said, at first you should release our pilot. Then they posted a YouTube video. That scene was killing him by
Yeah.
fire, set
Yeah.
fire. But it was lie because he already killed several months ago. At,
Okay.
at first, they pretended like he was still alive.
Okay. And yeah, they changed it. Interesting. I didn't know they had swapped him out. I remember Jordan being really unhappy about it though. Yeah. Okay. Well, I think we're just about out of time too. It's a good class. Do you have any like last questions or comments or anything, Heidi?
No question.
Okay. Thanks for coming in. And yeah, hopefully I'll see you soon.
Thank you very
Have,
much.
stay cool.
Yeah, goodbye.
Bye, Heidi.